All right, so it's Friday. Happy Friday. Let's get started on our lesson. Students will be able to write linear equations in two variables giving a table of values, a graph, and a verbal description. And actually today we're going to look at how to do it from when you're given a point and the slope. Okay, so linear function is just this straight line. Linear parent function is y equals x. X-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. Slope is rise over run. Y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. Positive slope is when you read it like a book, it's going up. Negative slope, when you read it like a book, it's going down. Zero slope is like 0 heartbeats, it makes a flat line. Undefined slope is straight up and down. Standard form, ax plus by equals c. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And today we're looking at point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So pay attention to this. If you're given a point, -1 and 3, with a slope of 2, the slope 2 obviously goes where the slope goes, m. Okay? Minus x means the opposite of whatever x is. X is a -1 here, so we make it a +1 here. And then opposite of y, so it's a -3. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Parallel lines have the same slope and never touch. Perpendicular lines cross at a 90-degree angle and have opposite reciprocal slopes. So your worksheet for today. Okay, so I'm going to do a few examples with you, and then you're going to be free to do things on your own. So looking at number 1, it says which equation describes a line with a slope of 3 containing the point -3 and -2. You might want to write down the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so they give us x and y. Sometimes it helps to label that, and this is m, okay, the slope. So we would do y, and it's a -2, right? So we put +2 equals, our m is 3, x, opposite of this is +3, okay? From this point, okay, to get it into y-intercept form, you need to move this 2 over, right? Well, let's do something else first. Before you move that 2 over, let's distribute this 3, okay? So we have y plus 2 equals 3x plus 9, because 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 3 is 9. Now we'll subtract the 2 from both sides. Y equals 3x, 9 plus 2 is 11. So which one says that? None of them. Should be +7. I think I did something wrong. Okay, it should be 3x plus 7. That's what it should have been. I think I did. Oh, I was subtracting 2 and I added here, so it's 7. Sorry, that was my fault. Okay, so from here, you could have just looked at this first. It says it has a slope of 3, so that definitely can't be it because that was a slope of 1/3. Same here. So that leaves you with these two. Now you could have also typed those two into your calculator. Y equals. So we have 3x minus 2 here. Go to your table and see if it has the point -3, -2. Nope. So then check this one, 3x plus 7. Go to your table. It does. So that one fits. You can also do it that way, okay? If you're not comfortable doing this way, I want you to just type it in, okay? Number 2 says write the equation of the line which passes through the point 1, -2, and has a slope of -2/3. Okay, so this one, we need to change them all into y equals. So, A first, move the x, so it has 3y equals, when we move that x, it becomes a -2x minus 6. Sorry, that should be -2. Then we divide by 3. So y equals -2/3 x, and then -6 divided by 3 is -2. Okay, so does that have a slope of -2/3? It does, so A is still an option. Okay, now let's do B. Okay, we need to move that x. So we have 3y equals -2x minus 4. Divide by 3. We have y equals negative 2/3 x minus 4 over 3. Okay, so that one still has a slope of negative 2/3. Okay, now let's do C. We move that x. So we have negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 8. Divide by negative 3. So we have y equals negative 2 divided by negative 3 is positive 2 over 3. We don't even have to keep going because we already know that slope is not negative 2/3. So C is out. Okay, now let's do D. So move that x over. So we have negative 3y equals negative 2x minus 7. Divide by negative 3. Cancels. Y equals positive 2 over 3. That's not what we needed, so that one's out. So now we're just down to A and B. So we're going to type them in our calculator. So the first one, negative 2/3 x minus 2. Negative 2/3 x minus 2. Go to the table, and it needs to pass through the point 1, negative 2. Did this one? Doesn't look like it. So let's try B. B was negative 2 over 3 x minus 4 over 3. Go to the table. Did it pass at 1, negative 2? Yes, it does. So the answer will be B. Okay, let's look at number 4. Look at number 4. It says find the equation of a line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of negative 4. If the y-intercept is negative 4, that means the coordinates negative 4, and x has to be what number? X has to be 0, okay? So that's the point you're looking for. So you'll type, well, first, slope of 3. Not this one, not this one. Okay, so now we want to see which one has a y-intercept of negative 4. Okay, so we type them in. Y equals 3x plus 4. Go to your table. It's 0 with negative 4. No, it's not. So now let's try y equals 3x minus 4. Go to your table. Is 0 with negative 4? Yes, it is. 0's with negative 4. So the answer is D. Here's also a hint. Remember y equals mx plus b? B is the y-intercept. Negative 4. Okay, that's just a little hint for you. Okay, so let's go to number 5. Number 5. Find the equation of a line that contains these 2 points. Okay, stat. Type those into stat. Remember that this is x and y, and x and y. Type those into stat. Okay, number 11. Let's go to number 11. Number 11. Which equation describes the line with an x-intercept of 5 and a y-intercept of 3? Okay, so if the x-intercept is 5, what is y? 0. And a y-intercept of 3. So that makes x 0. All right, stat. Yep, just stat. Okay, remember this one's not in y equals, so you'll have to divide by 3. Okay, so it'd be y equals 5 over 3 x. But the rest are all good. Okay, so that one's stat. Okay, number 13. The slope of a line is changed to negative 5. So that means this number is changed to negative 5. But the y-intercept remains the same. What is the equation of the new line? So y equals, instead of 4, we put negative 5 x, but the y-intercept remained the same. So plus 3 over 5. Which one's that? B. Okay. Number 15. Number 15, if the y-intercept of the graph, this, is changed to negative 3, but the x-intercept remains the same, what is the equation of the new graph? Okay, so the x-intercept's remaining the same. So let's find out what our x-intercept of this line is by typing it in. Okay, so if the x-intercept of that line remains the same, so we have y equals 2x plus 4, graph, or let's go to table. Okay, remember, the x-intercept is when y is 0. So the x-intercept is negative 2, 0. And it says that the y-intercept is changed to negative 3. Stat, and find your answer. Okay. Okay, let's look at number 18. Number 18. Number 18. In slope-intercept form, what is the equation of a line that passes through negative 414 and has the same x-intercept as this equation? Okay, so again, we have to find the x-intercept. So we need to put this into y equals so that we can type it in. So what's the first step to put this into y equals? Move the x. So we have 5y equals not positive 3x, but negative 3x plus 2. Then divide by y. So we have y equals negative 3 divided by 5 is just negative 3 over 5. X plus 2/5. Okay, let's type that in. So we have y equals negative 3 over 5 x plus 2 over 5. Go to the table. We need to find when y is 0. When y is 0. It doesn't look like it has it. Okay, so in this circumstance, here's a way you can find the x-intercept. Okay, so let's erase all this. Let me grab the eraser. Let's erase all this. Okay, so look at this. They give you this equation, 3x plus 5y equals 2. And in order to find the x-intercept, make y 0. So we're going to retype it, 3x plus 5 times 0 equals 2. So 5 times 0 is what? Just 0, so it goes away. So we have 3x equals 2. Divide by 3. X equals 2/3. So that's what you're looking for here. So the x-intercept is 2/3 with y being 0. And the y-intercept, and the other point you have is negative 4/14. And then just use stat. The reason this works is because y is 0. So when we did this, we were trying to figure out what was the x when the y was 0. So instead of putting y, we put 0. You can do the same thing with the y-intercept. If you want to find the y-intercept, make x 0. All right, number 19. Write this in slope-intercept form. So remember the 2 steps. First one is what? Move the x. So y equals, that becomes negative 4x plus 8, divide by y. There's an invisible 1 in front of y, but if you divide everything by 1, this is what you'll get. So the answer is D. Okay, so just as a refresher, I'm going to go back to one of the stat questions, and I'm going to do it with you really quickly. So let's do number 5. Just to refresh over how to do stat. Okay, so go to stat, edit. We're typing these in. Remember, the x's go on one side and y's on the other. So negative 4, and then 3. And then we have 4 and 3. Okay, stat, over to calc. Which one do we want? We want 4 because it's linear. So it says y equals 0x plus 3. 0 times anything is what? 0, so that goes away. So it's y equals 3, which is D. Keep in mind, if it ever comes up as error when you do stat, that might mean undefined. Just keep that in mind. Okay, the worksheet's due by the end of class today. Good luck. Let me know if you need any help.